Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be looking at natural numbers and operations and BODMAS. So first of all, we're going to look at addition and subtraction. When it comes to natural numbers, addition and subtraction are operations. Okay, this is a very important word when we talk about operations. When it comes to really, we're talking about changing the number in some way. So as we just said, addition is an operation. We're adding something to the number, and now 2 plus 4 becomes 6. We also say that we're finding the sum of two natural numbers. So anytime we see the word sum, it has to do with addition. And for subtraction, again, we're performing an operation on the number. We're subtracting 2. So 4 minus 2 will give us 2. Here, we are finding the difference between two natural numbers. So anytime we see difference, we think of subtraction. So it's a really good idea that we start a little glossary of all the important words that we need to know. So here we should make a note of operations and what they are. What does the word sum mean? What does the word difference mean? So if we see this on our number line, if we are adding, we'll notice that we'll be moving from left to right. So 1 plus 2 will give us 3. If we are subtracting, we'll be moving from right to left on the number line. So here we have 5 minus 3 gives us 2. So talking about our operations and inverse operations. If we have plus, the inverse operation is minus or subtraction. If we have a minus, the inverse operation is a plus or to add. An inverse operation reverses the effect of another operation. So it's kind of like the opposite. So we know if we were going to add 2 to a number, to do the opposite, we would subtract 2. Now, onto multiplication and division. These are both also operations, so there are 2 more operations that we can perform on numbers. So if multiplication is the operation, the inverse is going to be division. If division is our operation, the inverse is going to be multiplication. So if we multiply the number by 2, let's say 4 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 8. The inverse operation, 8 divided by 2 now, will give us 4. So we're remembering that an inverse operation reverses the effect of another operation. There's a specific order that we perform these operations in. Okay, so first of all, remembering whenever we say operation, it could be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So the first operation that we always do is we work with what's inside any brackets. The second is index, or some people know this as the order, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So in sellers, you might have heard maybe BODMAS instead. So this is if you're just using the word order to represent your index, but it's the same idea. So we can use BODMAS as a guide to the order in which operations are carried out. So let's see what this means in practice. Let's take this long list of numbers here. We need to decide what we're going to do first. So the order of operations, our BODMAS, will help us. So I'm going to write it just along here at the top. Okay, so we're going to check our first one. Do we have brackets? Yes, we do. So we're going to work with whatever's inside the brackets first. So I'm going to rewrite out every other term. Okay, now we're going to do with inside the brackets. So 1 plus 5 will give us 6. 6 minus 11 will give us minus 5. Plus 3 squared. Okay, so we've done what's inside the brackets first. Next, what we need to do, check, is there anything with an index or a power? There is, so that's the next thing we're going to do. Again, I'm just going to leave the other numbers as they are for now. So 3 squared will give us 9. Our next one is multiplication. So we have our multiplication here. So we have 2 plus 4 multiplied by 8 will give us 32. Minus 3 divided by 3 is going to give us 1. So we'll get our minus 1, minus 5 plus 9. And now we can do our addition and subtraction. So we did our multiplication and division. Now we can do addition and subtraction. So we have 2 plus 32 will give us 34. Minus 1, 33. Minus 5 will give us 28. And plus 9 will give us 37. So brackets, then the power, then we can multiply and divide, then we can add and subtract. Thank you for watching.